Welcome to Judo for the World. In this episode, we're in Germany for the latest stage in the World Judo Tour, the 2016 Dusseldorf Grand Prix. This year marks the 7th instalment of this annual event, which once again saw the Mitsubishi Electric Hall sold out with an energetic German crowd eager to see the world's best judoka battling it out within touching distance. As the race for Olympic qualification continues to heat up, we'll discover what inspires Japan's world and Olympic champion, Kaori Matsumoto, as she looks to defend her title this summer. As always, we'll bring you all the best action from the event, including some dramatic Ippon judo. And we'll get the inside track on how special this event is for German athletes, as we follow some of their medal hopefuls and learn why it's important for them to continue inspiring the next generation of judo superstars. We start with the men's under 73 kilogram category, which saw the return of Japan's most technically gifted fighter, double world champion ONO Shohei. Ono hasn't graced a World Tour tatami since he regained his world title in Astana last summer, and was here looking for a ranking boost as he sets his sights on Olympic gold this year. Head coach Inui Koze will have high hopes for Ono, as he is truly in a league of his own. As he progressed through his elimination contest in Dusseldorf, there seemed to be no sign of rust. His throws once again coming from all angles, as he made short work of his opposition. At the quarter-final stage, he showed his diversity, using uranagi to score a wazari on Mongolia's Sanjago, who survived only to be flattened by this Osotogari for Ippon moments later. Ono looked as though he'd never been away. But waiting for him in the semi-final was Korea's An Chang-grim, the closest thing he has to a rival in the category. In his absence, An has proved himself the best of the rest by claiming the title of world number one. In Dusseldorf, he continued where he left off in Paris 2 weeks ago, also scoring Ippon in his quarter-final against Slovenia's Rok Draksic. In a rematch of the semi-final in Astana, Ono would once again emerge victorious, and Uchimata earning him a wazari lead, which he was ultimately able to defend to see off An, who will now have to go back to the drawing board if he wants to challenge Ono for the gold in Rio. Rustam Arujov, the world number 2, would be Ono's opponent in the final, giving Ono yet another chance to stamp his authority on the category. Your commentator is former world champion Neil Adams.
Well, Ono hasn't been out since the World Championships. Two-time world champion already, and he's got to be the favourite for the Olympic Games. But Arujov, the world number 2, something's going to happen. Oh, he's dangerous when he climbs on top of that Ko-Soto. So Ono has to be careful. Look at that, almost took him over. So two massive throwers, and Mr. Marius Visa there, the president of the IJF, enjoying this match. Already beaten An Chang-grim with Uchimata in the semi-final. Oh, this one's right the way underneath, and right the way over the top he goes. Beautiful, look at the support leg there. Very, very central. Different to the one on Chang-grim. And Arujov goes right the way onto the points of his shoulders. Brilliant stuff there from Ono. So the seconds tick away and it's all over. Ono, first time out since the World Championships, and he does it in style. Beats the world number 1 in the semi-final, the world number 2 in the final. And look at that. Support foot central, head goes down to the mat, he just turns the head, and he gets Arujov onto the points of his shoulders, gets the wazari, and he has sent a message to everyone in the under 73 kilos category. I am the one to beat. Look at the commitment. Full commitment to every throw he does, and he adapts to situations. He has such variety, and he really will be the man to beat.
And in the women's under 57 kilogram category, Japan had another superstar in action. World and Olympic champion Matsumoto Kaori. After her gold medal winning performance in Astana, she will now be seen as a strong favourite for gold in Rio. But in Tokyo, she suffered a shock defeat as she left without a medal. But the Mitsubishi Electrical has been good to Matsumoto in the past, and she has won 2 golds here. And once again, it seemed that Germany brought the best out of her, as she pinned France's Hélène Receveau in the final, to once again top the podium. Judo for the World spoke to Matsumoto after the event. We started by asking her who her heroes were.
My heroes are my father and my mother. It's thanks to them that I can do judo, and they are my biggest supporters who treat me strictly but tenderly. My heroes to me are my mother and father. I am one of 5 children and I am the 4th. My older brother started judo. My parents picked judo as his sport to make him stronger because he was physically weak, and we younger ones followed our older brother. However, my family wasn't wealthy and it was difficult for us to afford to all do judo, strictly speaking. My parents used to work so hard day after day. They used to drive us back and forth from the dojo whilst they ran a business and worked so hard every single day for us to continue judo. I was brought up watching their devotion, and that's how judo became special for me. I feel a heavy sense of obligation to repay them, and to do so through judo. In order to repay my debt, I wanted to take them to the Olympics. But in Japan, a gold medal from the Olympics is the only thing that counts. Not bronze and not silver. I took gold in London, and that was my mother's share. So I would like to take gold in Rio again so that both of my parents have a medal each. That's why I take judo as my sport, because it gives me the opportunity to repay my debt. I did wrestling and judo, but in judo, as opposed to wrestling, we have the Ippon, and it reminds me of the samurai. I like the samurai and Japan, and that's why I love judo. I do feel nervous when I fight, and my heart pounds. But I really enjoy these moments because those are the occasions only I can experience, and the nervousness only I can feel. As for the final with the French judoka, she was physically strong and wanted to come in and close the distance to do ouchi-gari. So my first strategy was to not allow her to do that. Also, I estimated that her weak point was that she tends to be short-tempered and gives up rather quickly, and is also vulnerable on the ground in newaza. On the other hand, my strong point is that I am patient and good at newaza. So I was persistently attacking her in newaza over and over again, and eventually I scored Ippon. The reason my newaza never stops is because I can do lots of techniques. Even though I fail with the first technique, I will attack with a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. My opponents might know how to defend against the first attack, but they won't know how to defend against all of them, and that's why I go for all of them during a competition. At the Rio Olympics, I can finally compete without my golden back number, just like all the other participants. Everyone will be the same, and I can fight as a challenger again. I can't wait for that, it will be fun. Although it changes frequently, my dream right now is to study English and teach judo to people across the globe. I would like to contribute to a society filled with smiles through judo.
At under 52 kilograms, there was another gold for Japan, as Shishimi Ai came through the pack to take the top spot. In doing so, she was lethal with her uchimata, scoring 2 big ippons with it throughout the day. At under 70 kilograms, there was a chance for a 4th Japanese gold, as Arai Chizuru came out to contest the final against Austria's Bernadette Graf.
Left-handed fighter, Arai. Trying to get that big left hand over the top. Uchimata from Arai. Oh, look at that! Brilliant stuff from Graf. Graf looked as if she was going over the top with the uchimata, but she used the momentum to her advantage. Look at that. Looks as if she's going. She digs in, changes direction, and that was a brilliantly executed uranagi there from Graf. Arai looked as if she was going to throw up, but Graf turned it to her advantage, and she throws her for Ippon.
Coming in at number 3 in our list of the top 3 ippons from Dusseldorf is Orushov with this stunning Kosotogaki. At number 2 is Colombia's world number 70, Castro, who stunned the world number 3 and top seed Valois Fortier of Canada with this sensational combination attack. But our number 1 ippon came in the final of the over 100 kilogram category, where Ukraine's Camo found himself a Shido down against Egyptian veteran El Shahabi.
So Camo has the work to do. He's a Shido down. Oh, look at that! Oso Tagari drives off to the side. Well, he'd been fighting right-handed a lot of the contest, and then he switches to the left and takes the second hand on as he moves across. Brilliantly executed Oso Tagari. It was off to the side. El Shahabi goes onto his back, and a gold medal then to Camo and to the Ukraine.
Let's join Neil in our dojo to take a closer look at Camo's stunning gold medal winning technique.
Osotogari, translated, means major outer reaping, and it is one of the core techniques used in judo. Now, there are 4 different ways of winning in judo. They are by throwing somebody on their back with impetus, with force, and also by holding them for 20 seconds on their back. Arm lock or strangle for a submission, they're the 4 different ways. Now, what we're going to do first of all, just to show the mechanics of the Osotogari, the main aim is to reap the outside of my opponent's leg in a backward direction. It's a backward throw. Also, to control with the arm and the sleeve hand and the direction hand has got to direct. We also need momentum in order to break balance, and also to finish the technique off. Now, Osotogari can be used at low level right the way up to international level. The main aim is to score Ippon.
At under 63 kilograms, world champion and world number 1 Tersteniak was once again back on top of the podium, as she outclassed the field to take gold. Having showed signs of vulnerability in her last 2 World Tour outings, the Slovenian seemed to be back to business as usual in Dusseldorf. In the final, she pinned Alice Schlesinger of Great Britain to get back to winning ways. She spoke to us afterwards about her Olympic preparations.
We are following the programme of our coach, Marianne Fabian. He chooses the competitions and writes the training plans. He knows what's best for us, and we believe in him, and it obviously works. It's very hard. We have a lot of training and tournaments. Actually, we've been in preparation for the last 4 years for this one big competition. I am the world champion, but I've left that result behind me now. This is because I know that I cannot relax, because I am getting ready for more training and competitions. I am really looking forward to the Olympic Games, but I have already started preparing for it. I know that the preparation period will be very hard, but I believe that hard work always pays off.
Korea's judo team were also out in force in Dusseldorf, and at under 48 kilograms, Jong Byo-kyung received the gold from IJF president Mr. Marius Visser. In the lightest male category of under 60 kilograms, it was Kim Won-jin who took gold for Korea. In the final, he took on world champion Smetov, after the Kazakh had this up his sleeve to see him pass Turkey's Ozlu and into the final. Kim was too much for Smetov, however, emerging the winner from a thrilling contest. Up one weight at under 66 kilograms, world champion Ann Bal was on the mark, after this Wazari against Israel's Polak helped him secure the Grand Prix title and move him up to world number 1 with 2,400 points. At under 90 kilograms, Korea's second world champion Gwak Dong-han was also in action, but after a good start, he faltered when he took on Sweden's Marcus Nyman, who was rewriting the form book. It was a sacrificial throw from the Swede, which would defeat Gwak, meaning he would leave Dusseldorf without the gold. Nyman continued a surprising day by eventually taking the whole category in a result none would have predicted. But as world champion, Gwak was in high demand and was still mobbed by young judo fans for whom he was happy to sign autographs and pose for pictures. And there was cause for Dusseldorf's travelling Brazilian contingent to cheer, as at over 78 kilograms, Ultimum defeated China's reigning world champion Yu in style, throwing for Wazari before securing her in a pin. The final of the under 78 kilogram category saw a chance for Germany's Malzahn to take gold on home soil, as she faced off against Chimeo of France in the final. Her semi-final had the crowd in raptures as she came from behind to stun Powell of Great Britain with this Ippon scoring technique. But the final would be a bridge too far. The raw power of Chimeo insurmountable for Malzahn, who lost out by Wazari. It would be French colours flying highest, as Chimeo celebrated a job well done. Fighting for bronze at under 81 kilograms was Germany's Dominik Ressel. How would the crowd's expectations affect his performance, as he took on Georgia's Papanashvili?
Well, Ressel has had a really good tournament so far. This crowd really lifting him. Papanashvili, big arm over the top. Something's going to happen from here. Oh, look at that. Koshiguruma. And he gets a Wazari. Russell let him stay. Wrong place. Big arm over the top there. And that's exactly what the Georgian wanted. Now the arm over the top again. He's already made a mistake here. Now can he get the Uranagi this time? Yes, he can. And a Yuko given. Yuko, and I think it's been changed. It's going to be changed to a Wazari. He's got the hold down. And now he's holding the Georgian. Papanashvili just gets out. He gets the second Yuko there, Ressel. And now, the whole match has changed. That Uranagi changed it in a second. Brilliant stuff from Ressel. And this crowd are carrying him through. And he's done it again! Uranagi again, Wazari, and Wazetti Ippon. And that was a brilliant comeback from this German. It was brilliant in front of his home crowd, and they absolutely loved it. It's what they needed. He was a Wazari down. First Uranagi scored a Yuko, changed to a Wazari, and then this one here just changes the direction slightly, gets the second Wazari, and he wins the bronze medal. The crowd absolutely carried him through to a place he hasn't been before, and the crowd there, look at the kids, absolutely loving it. Ressel is loving it too. Fully deserves the accolade.
My family was here, my mom, my sister was here, so I made the heart. It was for my mom. And yeah, so emotions came up, was happy. Some friends from my home club were here, so it was great. For me, it doesn't matter where I fight, but it's a good push for me when I have the crowd behind me. When I see the kids, I just want to be nice to them, you know, because when I was small, I did the same. I went to the big guys, and now I'm one of the big guys, so I try to be happy for them.
And the crowd anticipated more drama, as German number 1 in the weight, Sven Marisch, had made it through to the final. But the gold medal was once again to elude Germany, as Belgium's Bottio upset the odds by claiming his second Dusseldorf gold in a row. The medals were awarded by Germany's former Olympic champion in the category, Ole Bischoff, who had the chance to congratulate those following in his footsteps. Ole spoke to us the next day about the importance of this fantastic Grand Prix for German judo.
I think it's the most important event we have in Germany. So much people are coming here and everybody's focused. Everybody asking each other, are you going to Dusseldorf next year, this year? Have you been there? Have you seen this one, this special fight? Oh, I remember 2012 when I got the gold medal and everybody was cheering here, and it was my Olympic qualification. Very, very deep in my heart. You know, if you have your judo heroes in your magazine or you see it online on the internet, it's great, and then they are coming here. The area is sold out, an electric atmosphere, and I see the heroes walking away, only 1 meter away. They get a signature, everything was great, and I remember when I was a small kid, it's very inspiring.
The under 100 kilogram category saw one final chance for a German gold medal, as home favourite Dimitri Peters was feeding off the energy inside the arena. The groundwork specialist counted Henk Grol of the Netherlands and then Russia's Bisultanov amongst his victims, as he won every contest by Ippon on the ground, en route to the final. The world number 6 is one step off his domestic rival Frey at number 5. A gold here could swing Olympic selection in his favour. A fact he was surely aware of as he lined up to contest the final against Cuba's ever-improving Armenteros. Would Peters be the hero of the hour?
Peters has given everybody a groundwork lesson. 4 Ippon so far, almost went there with that Cianagi. Yuko scored there to the Cuban. Right the way underneath, and that's how dangerous a thrower he is. But Peters will try and take it to the ground. Sodi this time. Now what's going to happen? Peters is onto the arm. Oh, the arm's coming straight, and he submitted. And Armenteros had to submit there, and I don't think the referee saw it. It might go to video referee. Have a look at this. He taps, and he submits, and you can clearly see there that Peters' head never left the tatami. He didn't get the mate, look at that! And he had to submit, it's Ippon. Brilliantly executed by Peters, his 5th Ippon of the day. An absolute Newaza masterclass in the minus 100 kilos by Peters of Germany, and the crowd love it. They have another hero here. First gold medal for Germany, and Peters had the most amazing form. Look at the adulation that he's getting from the crowd. They absolutely are standing on their feet for him. And it was a masterclass in groundwork. It really was. It's a great way to finish off this Dusseldorf Judo Grand Prix.
So a gold medal for the crowd to cheer, as Peters came up with the goods. After receiving his medal, he was once again swamped by young fans, all wanting to meet their hero. He spoke to us afterwards about how important it is for an athlete to take time to engage with young fans.
It's important to take time for the kids, for the boys, the girls, the fans, and everyone that has made the effort to come and watch and support us. It's great to give something back, because you know they'll be happy if their role models spend time with them. The kids love getting an autograph. I have 2 children, and they are just the same. So happy to get an autograph. As athletes, we have to take time out to spend with the kids, because it makes them happy, and they are the future of German judo. Autographs, photos with the fans, it's so important.
So that's it for this episode of Judo for the World. Next time we'll be in Georgia and its capital city Tbilisi for another Judo Grand Prix.